Welcome to my channel, friends. Today I'll tell you about a very beautiful French drama romance movie about a man who fell for his beautiful neighbor. Watch the full video to find out. So let's begin the story. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to Martin, a man who owns his own bakery in a small village in France. He shared that he is originally from Paris, and he has been living there for 7 years. This bakery was originally owned by his father, and since then he and his wife have been running it. While Martin was baking bread, it got burned. When his wife asked, he said he's thinking about Charlie. He might do something to himself. His wife said, "He won't do that. Stop thinking like that." After this, Martin went to Charlie's house. There he witnessed Charlie burning his wife's belongings, Gemma's. Charlie went inside to do something, and that's where Martin found the diary of Gemma. He took it and brought it home. When he got home, he read the diary, and here the flashback began. It shows us that Gemma and Charlie are newlyweds, and their lives are overflowing with love. They moved to the village where Martin lives to live a quiet life. Because there was a new face in the village, Martin immediately approached them and introduced himself. Martin told his family about a novel entitled Madame Bovary. The characters here are almost the same as Gemma's and Charles's, and they even share the last name Bovy. Because of this, Martin began to take an interest in Gemma. A few days later, Gemma and Charlie went to Martin's bakery to buy bread. When he saw how beautiful Gemma was, he was immediately captivated. One day, while Martin was on his way home, he ran into Gemma. He invited her to a beautiful garden, and Gemma was overjoyed at what she saw. That evening, Charlie went to Martin's house because they lost power. Martin went along and fixed it. Shortly after, he arrived, Martin's wife, and they drank and chatted together. But throughout that whole night, Martin only looked at Gemma. A few days later, Gemma went back to the bakery, and Martin asked her, "Do you want to see how bread is made?" Gemma agreed. So Martin took her to the kitchen. While the bread was being made, Gemma said, "I feel like I'm doing yoga because it's hot inside." She took off her sweater. Martin couldn't help staring at Gemma's body. One day, they had lunch together with their friends. When Gemma and her friend entered the house, her friend said that women should exercise to maintain a good body. Gemma liked this, so she also started exercising. Sometimes Martin ran into Gemma and asked why it had been so long since she hadn't been to the bakery. Gemma's reply, "I'm dieting, so I'm taking a break from bread." But suddenly, she was bitten by a venomous insect. In such pain, she called Martin and told him to remove the insect. Martin said the bite needed to be sucked, and Gemma agreed. As he did it, Mrs. Martin's suddenly arrived, the young man Hervé. He asked Martin what he was doing. While Martin was explaining, Gemma suddenly lost consciousness. They hurriedly went to the doctor. Gemma was given medicine and told she would be fine. As they went home, Gemma fell asleep on Martin's shoulder. Martin was delighted, thinking that Gemma had feelings for him. The next day, Gemma's friend showed a magazine where she saw a photo of Patrick, her ex-boyfriend. Gemma can vividly recall the painful memory of how Patrick had deceived her when he saw her with another woman. Sometimes, while Martin was outside his bakery, he saw Gemma and Hervé talking. Martin wondered if the two might already be in a relationship, like in the novel she was reading. One day, Gemma went to the supermarket to buy wine. Hervé was there too and said what kind of wine she wanted. Gemma bought some too. While Martin was on his way home, after delivering bread, he saw Gemma. She was on her way to Hervé's house. He stopped and watched her. He was startled, thinking that maybe Gemma had gone there to have a drink with Irvin. It was already night when this happened. Martin went to dinner at Gemma's house. There he noticed a love bite on Gemma's neck. When he saw that, he realized that something had indeed happened between Gemma and Hervé, just like in the novel. This caused Martin great pain because he has feelings for Gemma. The next day, he saw Hervé looking anxious. He approached him and asked what the problem was. Hervé said that he couldn't concentrate on his studies. Martin suggested that he invite his girlfriend to help with his studying. While Martin was heading home, he saw that Gemma was going somewhere. The next scene shows that something is indeed happening between Gemma and Hervé, and Martin's suspicion was correct. The next day, Gemma went to Martin's bakery to buy bread, but she left a package there. When Martin noticed it, he brought it to Gemma's house. While there, he heard moans. From inside, he watched quietly and saw them together, Gemma and Hervé. He even heard her say, "Bye Gemma, I love you." Martin was even more hurt and just left. The next day, Martin saw Gemma wearing a long coat. He went to Hervé's house, and when he took off the coat, they applauded again. In the middle of it, Gemma broke a statue belonging to Hervé's mother. Hervé panicked, but Gemma said she would have it repaired because that is her husband's job. After this, Gemma told Hervé that she wanted to go to London and start a new life there. Hervé agreed, but that same night, while Martin was thinking Gemma, she wrote a letter pretending it was from Hervé, said that Hervé would leave her forever. Upon reading the letter, she immediately went to look for Hervé, but it isn't answering the call. It's with his mother. Hervé informed Gemma that she won't be able to go to London because she needs to accompany her mother to Paris. Gemma was deeply saddened. Hervé's mother spoke to Charlie and searched for the statue. She said Hervé had it repaired, but he knew nothing about it. So Charlie became annoyed and left, heading to London because Gemma seems to have stopped paying attention to him. Gemma left him behind. He is alone in the house. 1 week later, Martin saw Gemma's dog and returned it to her. Gemma instructed him to read a letter from his mother, Hervé, which claims that Charlie took the statue. Gemma asked Martin to answer this, but instead of focusing attention on the letter, it was Gemma whom Martin remembered. By Martin, he promised that he would write the answer tomorrow. Tomorrow, Gemma saw Patrick, her ex-boyfriend. He is doing the interior design for a house nearby. Patrick said that he is separated from his wife, but Gemma ignored him. The next day, Gemma invited Martin to the church. Martin thought that Gemma would express her love to him because that's what happened in the novel, but she didn't come. Gemma. A little while later, she saw her with Patrick. Martin thought that maybe the two of them had gotten back together, but the truth is, Gemma is angry with herself because she couldn't stop Patrick from approaching again. So she said to him then that he should never ever show up again. While she was cleaning the house, Gemma saw the statue that Charlie had repaired. Charlie also knows about her relationship with Irvin. Gemma called Charlie and apologized. Charlie decided to return. Gemma also apologized to Martin because she couldn't go to church. While they were talking, Martin mentioned Irvin's name. That's when Gemma realized that it was Martin who had written the letter in Hervé's name. She asked him why he did it. Martin replied, "I was afraid that you might do something like what happened in the novel." Gemma explained that she would never do that. Then she kissed him. The next day, Martin baked bread and left it at Gemma's door. Patrick arrived, and he also brought the bread. Charlie arrived, then Charlie came, but when Martin peeked inside, he saw Gemma. She was lifeless. He thought she did it herself, just like in the novel. But at night, the doctor said that Gemma died of suffocation. She choked on bread. At the burial, Martin apologized to Charlie, but Charlie says it's his fault, because when he returned, he saw Patrick hugging Gemma. He thought he was forcing it, but he was actually just helping Patrick. He already admitted he was the reason. While Gemma was eating bread, he hugged her from behind so she gasped and choked on it. In the end, let's return to the present. Martin is reading Gemma's diary. 6 months later, a new family moved into their neighborhood. Martin approached them and told them about a novel that shared their surname. And this is where the movie ends. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.